Item number 1. Yeah, we will be passing around the microphone, so when it's your turn, you have to be alert what particular item should you be reading and answering. Okay? Sige.
Number 1. The Planck model and training in IO psychology have a dual emphasis on theory and practice. B. Scientist practitioner.
Yes, the scientist perspective, remember, is what? It defines IO psych as the study of human behavior in the workplace. And then the practitioner naman is the human resources management part wherein the IO psychologist would apply the principles in IO psych to the management of people in an organization. Number 2.
Number 2, outside of working in academic setting, most IO psychologists are employed by C. Consulting.
Consulting firms. And the trend was actually started by Walter Dilscott, remember? Deploying IO psychologists in the industry. Next.
The approach to work motivation called scientific management was developed by D. Frederick Taylor.
Yes, of course. We discussed Taylor extensively.
Number 4, early psychological assessment tools include the letter A, Army Alpha and Army Beta mental ability test.
Correct. That's the earliest. Okay. Psych test. Next.
The Planck conducted at the Western Electric Plant in the 1930s emphasized the importance of social relations and employee attitudes while at work. B. Hawthorne studies.
Hawthorne studies. Who directed the Hawthorne studies? Elton Mayo. And the study was originally conducted to assess if there is what? An effect. Okay, if lighting has an effect on productivity. But Elton Mayo found out that it's the social and psychological factors that affect people productivity. Number 6.
During World War II, IO psychologists began to emphasize areas of organizational psychology, including B. Employee morale.
That's correct. Employee morale. Because employee training, mental ability testing, and job analysis are, the first topics to be tackled. Okay. Subsequently, they tackled employee morale during the World War II. Number 7.
A blank involves an in-depth examination of one individual, one group, or one organization. C. Case study.
A case study. That's right. Okay. Number 8.
A potential disadvantage of using self-administered questionnaires to collect data is letter B. Low response rate.
Yes. Have you experienced giving out survey questionnaires and then it's very difficult to get them back? People are not, answering the questionnaires and returning them. Next.
When a written driving test accurately measures a person's driving knowledge, this test is said to have the construct validity.
Yes. Construct validity means the test measures exactly the concept that it is measuring, which is driving. A driving test measures driving, but nothing else. Next.
When the results of a large number of studies are combined as part of a quantitative literature review, you are conducting a D. Meta-analysis.
Meta-analysis. But remember, meta-analysis is you try to get all the different quantitative, meta-analysis always involves quantitative analysis or statistical analysis. So all the studies with statistical analysis, so you try to analyze, the results generated from all of these studies. Okay, next.
Work that is performed to achieve a specific objective is known as a task.
Yes. Okay, a task. That's correct. Next.
A collection of positions similar to one another defines a job.
A job, basically. Okay? Because one job can have several positions. Take note of that. Let's say, for instance, you have the job of a recruitment officer in a company. But since the company is so big, they are recruiting so many people, so there can be 5 recruitment officer. So there are 5 positions for one job, the job of a recruitment officer. Next.
14. One advantage of using worker-oriented methods over job-oriented methods when conducting a job analysis is the... 13. Sorry. Okay. Methods of job analysis attempt to gather information about the worker and the worker at the same time. D. Hybrid.
Yeah. Remember I discussed job analysis, the process of studying the duties, responsibilities, and requirements of a particular job. You take note of what I am flashing. Okay? So, the output of job analysis is a job description and job specification. And when you conduct a job analysis, there are 2 types of job analysis that you do. One is the task-oriented and the other one is worker-oriented. For the task-oriented, you want to identify the activities being performed in that particular job. So the output would be the job description. For the worker-oriented, you want to study what characteristics or qualifications are needed to perform that particular job. So the output is job specifications. And when you combine the 2, the worker-oriented and the task-oriented, then you are conducting a hybrid, which means a combination. So that's the task-oriented and worker-oriented. You take it down.
Number 40.
Okay.
One advantage of using worker-oriented methods over job-oriented methods when conducting a job analysis is the ability to make comparisons across jobs.
Make ability to make comparisons across jobs. That's correct. Okay? Because you can compare the activities being conducted or being performed by one employee versus another employee. Okay?
Number 15. One criticism of the job-oriented approaches to job analysis is that these approaches, letter A, are too narrowly focused on particular job tasks.
Of course, a task-oriented job analysis would focus on the tasks to be performed or the activities. Yun lang naman yung scope talaga nung task-oriented job analysis. Okay? Next.
Number 16. The blank is the worker-oriented job analysis technique in which SMEs develop a list of job elements and then provide work examples.
SME is subject matter experts. Pag sinabi natin subject matter experts in a job analysis, the subject matter experts are the people who are performing or doing the job, especially those well-experienced people. Okay? So your answer is letter A, job element. So in the job element method, you want to find what are the different elements associated. What are the different elements associated with a particular job, and then what are the attributes or characteristics needed to perform that particular job. Okay? Next, number 17.
A standardized job analysis instrument that focuses on general work behaviors is the letter B, position analysis.
Yes. Position analysis question, and take note of the visual, is standardized, which means it's a ready-to-use, ready-to-use job analysis. Hindi na kayo kailangan gumawa ng sarili ninyong job analysis questionnaire. This is a ready-made, ready-to-use questionnaire. It consists of 194 items called job elements. Okay? And then there are 6 different divisions that you have to investigate about the job.
18. A written statement of how, what, and why employees do their tasks is known as a job description.
Yes, a job description. Next.
At a conceptual level, competencies may be thought of as letter C,
representing groups of similar or related KSAOs.
Why would you say that it's a set of similar KSAO? Ang KSAO's knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics. Okay? Because competencies are a set of knowledge, skills, abilities, and characteristics needed to perform a particular job effectively. Let's say a recruitment officer has one set of KSAO, or knowledge, skills, abilities, okay, needed to perform the job of being a successful recruitment officer. So it represents group of similar KSAO. Next, number 20.
The most frequently used job evaluation system is known as the B point system.
Point system. Remember, job evaluation is the process of evaluating the worth or value of a job in relation to another jobs, di ba? Kailan natin ginagamit yung job evaluation? When you want to determine the correct compensation for each job. Because people who are doing more difficult and complicated job are supposed to be compensated with higher pay than those who are performing simpler job. And there are 3 types of job evaluation: ranking, classification, and point. Diba I discussed this to you, remember? Ang ranking, rank lang natin yung mga positions. Let's say, if you have several positions of, let's say, the president would be the highest, followed by the vice president, followed by the general manager, followed by the supervisors, and rank and file. Ang classification naman, pag mas madami na yung mga positions or jobs, then you create categories. So, under executives, let's say, may president, vice president, AVPs. Under managers, merong senior and junior. Under supervisory, merong senior supervisors, junior supervisors, and so on. Makikreate ka ng category, slot in mo yung mga... Siyempre, pag nasa executive managerial, mas mataas yung sweldo mo kaysa sa professional or semi-skilled. Sa point method naman, each job will be studied according to a set of factors. The point method is also known as point factor comparison method. So let's say may particular job tayo, gagawin na i-analyze natin skills, responsibilities, efforts, working conditions. So highest is, let's say 0 to 10. So gaano kadaming or gaano ka-intensive yung skills na kailangan, gaano ka-heavy yung responsibilities. Tapos ika-calculate natin. So jobs with the highest points are jobs that are most complicated. Diba? Therefore, these are the jobs that are supposed to receive the highest in terms of the pay scale. Okay? Yan. Are you able to jot it down? Nakuhanin nyo? Ranking, classification, and point. Next.
Blank is the process of encouraging potentially qualified individuals to apply for positions with a particular company. C. Recruitment.
Yes, recruitment.
22. To become a police officer, candidates must achieve passing scores on 3 tests: a physical ability test, a cognitive ability test, and an oral exam. This approach to selection is known as multiple cutoff.
Multiple hurdle or multiple cutoff, remember, diba? Hurdle method, multiple hurdle, or multiple cutoff. These are all the same. Ibig sabihin, the applicant must pass one round of assessment, and they have to pass that first before they can proceed to the next level. Di ba diniscuss ko na ito dati? May elimination. Next.
23. The blank approach to selection occurs when employees are selected through a process which requires minimal scores on more than one predictor, and the predictors must be completed in a specific sequence. A. Multiple.
Actually, A and B are the same So, multiple hurdle and multiple cut-off kasi pareho naman sila. So, both A and B are correct. Okay. Nakuha ninyo? Di ba kasi yung multiple hurdle, it's also known as hurdle method or multiple cut-off. So actually may mga items dito na may mga errors ha in terms of choices, may mga double yung choices na pwede. So this is an example of that. Next.
Number 24, the statistical technique that allows us to estimate how well a series of predictors forecast a performance criterion is known as a multiple regression.
Ano ginagawa natin sa multiple regression? Diba? We want to study which among the different factors are related to a specific variable. Let's say, for instance, traffic. Pwedeng mag-run ka ng multiple regression. Diba? Maraming pwedeng possible factors eh. Let's say, okay? So, tapos after that, titignan mo, when you run a statistical analysis, titignan mo which among these factors are the strongest predictor or highly correlated to a specific variable. Ayan. Okay? Let's say, for instance, job performance, right? There are multiple regression studies conducted on related to recruitment. What would be the best predictor of job performance? So, over and over again, they were able to identify that mental ability test related siya is a predictor of success. That's why company continues to use mental ability test. Okay? Next.
The utility of a selection battery is determined by its letter D, cost effectiveness, and its usefulness.
Yes. Of course, kailangan useful yung test battery mo. It measures what it's intended to measure. Plus, it is also cost-effective, which means, pag sobra siyang mahal, kaya nga hindi naman tayo basta-basta gumagamit nung, let's say, Rorschach or TAT. Kasi very costly yun. You have to hire a professional, a licensed, diba, psychologist to conduct that. We don't do that. We don't use that for all the applicants kasi it's too expensive. Okay? Next.
Number 26. When an organization does not hire individuals who would have been successful performers, it is called a B, false negative.
Ang false positive is nag-hire ka ng hindi magaling. Yung hinire mo, akala mo magaling siya pero hindi pala siya performer. Yung false negative, hindi mo hinire isang aplikante, akala mo hindi siya competent. When in fact, that applicant is competent. Okay? Yung true positive, true negative, yun yung tama yung hinire mo at tama yung hindi mong hinire. Next.
27. When a math teacher assumes a student should receive an A in math because she receives A's in all of her other courses, the teacher is committing the rating error known as halo effect. Letter
That's
D.
correct. Halo effect, di ba? Letting one positive attribute influence your overall evaluation about the person. Next.
28. Block involves multiple raters at various organization levels who evaluate and provide feedbacks to a target employee. B. 360 feedback.
Yes, 360 feedback. Na-discuss din natin yan, di ba? Dun sa performance evaluation.
Number 29. One main difference between biodata and application blanks is that biodata usually have multiple choice, yes, no, or Likert scale item form.
Okay. Actually, problematic tong problematic tong item na to because there's actually biodata and application blank are actually the same. Okay? Both are used to collect information from an applicant. Okay? Both biodata and application blanks would use multiple choice, yes, no, or Likert scale item formats. Okay? So pareho. Normally wala, hindi gumagamit ng Likert scale. Very, very rare lang. Multiple choice and yes, no. Okay? Yan. Except sa application blanks, ang only difference is, sa biodata, mas maraming structured questions. Yung parang pipili ka lang. Pero sa application blanks, mas maraming may open-ended siya. Yun lang yung difference dun sa dalawa. But both are forms that we use to collect information from an applicant. Okay? Tapos diba meron din tayo discuss ng mga iba't ibang form, yung BIB, Biographical Information Blank, at saka yung Weighted Application Form before. Next.
Number 30. Giving a job candidate a series of hypothetical video-based scenarios and asking the candidate to choose the best alternative form possible response. Option characterized A as situational judgment test.
Yes, situational judgment. Kasi hypothetical. Next.
31. The type of job analysis that is most often used during training needs is a
Task-oriented. Because we have to know what kind of task is being performed so that we will know exactly anong klaseng skills ang kailangan natin i-train dun sa empleyado. Okay? Next.
32. The skills, abilities, and experiences of organizational members that provide an organization with its competitive advantage are known as A. Human capital.
Actually, yung human capital bago na yan eh. Di ba dati, during the 70s and 80s, ang tawag natin sa HR ay personnel department. Kasi before, it used to be the personnel department is doing more of the administrative type of work, like pag-a-administer ng mga salaries, benefits, pag-monitor ng mga attendance, and so on na. Tapos yung naging human resources nung late 80s to 90s, naging human resources na tawag. Kasi at that time, we start acknowledging the fact that people are an important resource that we use in a company to achieve competitive advantage. Napaka-importanting resources yung mga tao. That's why we start calling it Human Resources Department. So doon nag-umpisa yung may mga developmental programs, activities, and so on. Pero ngayon, mas in-upgrade pa lalo. Ang human resources are not just resources. Kasi pag sabi natin resources, di ba, isa lang yan sa mga madaming resources na dispensable yung resources eh. Di ba? Ngayon, ang mas binibigyan ng halaga lalo yung people sa company. That's why we call this as human capital. Pag sinabi natin capital, parang assets na hindi lang siya resources, but assets ng kumpanya. Kaya nag-i-invest talaga yung mga company sa mga tao, sa people. Because they believe that, kumbaga yung assets, di ba, nag-appreciate yung value. Yung tao din, habang nag-i-invest ka dun sa development ng tao, nag-appreciate din yung competencies or value ng tao sa company. Okay? Yan. Next.
All activities that are developed and coordinated to support trainees' learning processes are referred to holistic design.
Instructional design. Di ba part nung naalala niyo yung ADI? Analysis, design, yung steps in training, employee training, development. Analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So part siya ang instructional design, part siya ng design after training needs analysis. Next.
34. Training that occurs over time in short segments is blank, whereas blank is training that occurs during one extended session. Letter D.
Ang short segment is
distributive practice. Mass practice.
Yung isang bagsakan. Kasi pag mag-aaral ka ng driving, di ba may mga driving school? 10 days yung session niya. So, aaralin mo 10 days, 1 hour a day. Di ba? Pupunta ka ng 10 times. So, that is actually, mali yung distributed practice ang tawag dyan. Hindi distributive. Error din yan dun sa question eh. Distributed practice. Yung mass practice, yung tipong mag-e-enroll ka, crash course, 1 day. Gusto mong matutunan ng marunong mag-drive in 1 day or 2 days lang. Yan yung mass practice. Which one is more effective according to research? Ano yung mas effective? Distributed practice. yung mass practice mas less effective. Next.
Number 35. John's company offers a variety of training methods to learn skills. He is currently participating in one program that is often used to prepare high-potential employees for future management responsibilities, providing him with a variety of experiences in different departments that will likely help him obtain future promotions. What type of training method is he most likely participating in? D. Job rotation.
Correct. Di ba, i-rotate siya from one department to another, which is also a form of job enlargement. Di ba? Remember, kay Hertzberg galing siya. Next.
Number 36. Julie is currently in a training program for all managers at a certain level in her company. All of the trainees are exposed to the same material, which is presented in a very sequential manner. Whether or not she grasps a specific concept is of no consequence to the presentation of the material. What type of program instruction is she most likely experiencing? B. Linear programming.
Linear. Ito yung typical na ginagamit sa tinatawag nating program instruction. Remember, I discussed yung e-learning. One type of e-learning is what we call the computer-based training. Computer-based training or CBT. So, ang computer-based training or CBT is a kind of program instruction, linearly program. Bakit siya linearly? Linearly program? Dahil, yan yung tipong you have to, let's say, study the first module, tapos you take a test. And then when you pass the test, that's the time you can proceed to the second module. And then you study the materials in the second module, then you take the test again. Then you can proceed to the third module. So, hindi ka kailangan mapasok muna yung isang module before you can go. Kaya linear yung programming niya. Tawag dyan, linear programming. Next.
Number 37. If a trainer gives trainees continued practice, even after they appear to have mastered the behavior, the trainer has implemented the process of readiness A.
The process of overlearning. Ano yung overlearning? Overlearning means yung tipong kahit na alam mo na yung isang subject matter, sige pa rin, aralin mo pa rin, practicein mo pa rin. Para eventually, it becomes part of parang your unconscious competency. Kahit na talagang sobra ka ng master dun sa ginagawa mo, because you have overlearned or overpracticed it, kahit na hindi mo iniisip, kaya mo nang gawin yung isang task. Yan yung overlearning. Okay? Next.
To maximize transfer of training, trainers should, letter D, delta, maximize the similarity between training and the job situation.
Yan. Yun yung kailangan makikita ng participants or training na matatransfer na yung natututunan na dun sa training to the actual on-the-job situation. Next.
Number 39. Blank is a rare blank, permanent change in behavior and human characteristics, while its blank is the systematic acquisition of skills, concepts, or attitudes that results in improvement performance in other environment. C. Learning and training po.
Yes. Learning kasi is more of the permanent change. Pag sinabi natin learning, normally ginagamit sa soft skills training, mga values enhancement, mga ganyan, leadership. Kasi, kumbaga, nasa-change yung pagkatao mo, yung characteristics mo, yung ugali mo. Yung training is focused more on specific skills to perform a specific job. Okay? Next.
40. For work simulator training to be effective, it must possess C. Physical fidelity and psychological fidelity.
Ano ibig sabihin ng physical and psychological fidelity? Ang work simulator training is also the simulation. Remember, diniscuss ko yun, di ba? Kasi you want to learn how to be a pilot. Di ba may simulated cockpit? Doon ka magpa-practice, di ba? Doon sa cockpit. Or you're going to be trained as a flight attendant, may simulated airplane, doon kayo magte-training. Bakit kailangan doon? Para maging familiar ka sa layout ng isang actual airplane. So yan yung physical fidelity. Kasi pag train ka lang sa classroom, na hindi naman mukhang airplane talaga, pagdating mo na doon sa totoong airplane, hindi mo magampanan yung work mo. Yung psychological fidelity, dapat it feels exactly like you are in an airplane. Kaya, yung pag nag-ano ka simulation training, di ba may mga training na ano gagawin mo kung malakas yung turbulence. So yung mga ibang simulators, yung mga sa training center ng mga airline companies, yung simulation area nila, kumbaga, kaya rin i-simulate yung anong nangyayari kung turbulent talaga yung talagang gumagalaw yung buong simulated aircraft. So that it feels physically and psychologically the same. Next.
41. Blank is the force that drives people to behave in a way that energizes, directs, and sustains their work behavior. See motivation.
Of course, it's motivation. Diba? 42.
A force that organizes perceptions, beliefs, and actions, and can lead to behaviors that reduce that force and reinstate balance is referred to as the deregulator.
Need. Need is the answer. 42. Yan. Di ba yung need natin, na-influensyahan niya kung ano yung ginagawa natin, ano yung iniisip natin, di ba? So, in order to satisfy yung need na yon, yan, we will have to do something to satisfy the need. Next. 43.
According to Herzberg's two-factor theory, supervision, salary, and working conditions are examples of the hygiene factors.
Hygiene factors, di ba? Supervision, yan, salary, working conditions. Tapos, yung kabila niya, yung motivation factors would be achievement, recognition, work itself, di ba? Yun. Next.
Job characteristic theory suggests the four dimensions influence blank that result in personal and work outcomes, including motivation, letter D, instrumentalities.
Do you still remember JCM, Job Characteristics Theory? Di ba diniscuss natin yon? That we have to design the job in such a way that it will be motivating for the people who are performing the job. So we have to make sure that the job is what? Okay? Kailangan merong mga factors to consider. Ano yung mga factors na alala nyo pa? Yung 5. What are the dimensions? You still remember? Sige, i-flash ko. Ha? Dapat, you should be able to use a variety of your skills in performing the job. You should be able to witness the output or the completion, di ba? It must have a significant impact or make a difference. Tapos, dapat, yan. You should be given the freedom to perform the work and you should receive feedback. Di ba na-discuss na natin yan? Kalimutan na. Next, number 45.
Number 45. According to equity theory, when employees perceive inequity, a state of tension results and when they are motivated to letter C.
Sagot mo ay
C.
Letter C. That's correct. Di ba, if you feel that there is a state of inequity, anong gagawin mo? Yan. Ile-lessen mo yung effort mo in performing your work. Minsan baka sa sobrang galit mo, sasabotage mo po yung trabaho. Because you believe that you're not being treated fairly. Next.
According to Vroom's expectancy theory, Planck is the perceived relationship between the performance of particular behavior and the likelihood that a certain outcome will result from that behavior. Letter C, expectancy.
Diba? I know, not expectancy. Letter B, instrumentality. Diba tatlong factor yun according to Vroom? Vroom, yung expectancy theory. Expectancy, instrumentality, and valence. Ang expectancy is you expect that you will be able to perform the job successfully. Ang instrumentality is You believe that when you perform the job successfully, you will get the desired reward or outcome. And then yung valence, yun yung attractive yung outcome para sa'yo. So, expectancy, instrumentality, and valence. 47.
The manner in which individuals monitor their own behaviors and make adjustment to those behaviors in the pursuits of goals and referred to as B. Self-regulation.
Self-regulation. Yan. Part yan ng goal setting theory ni Edwin lang. Pag may goals tayo, automatically, magre-reset tayo ng behaviors natin para ma-achieve natin yung goals natin. Diba? Let's say, may goal ka to lose weight. So every morning, you will have to, normally you wake up at, 11 a.m. na. But since you want to lose weight, you want to exercise in the morning, so you will make adjustment and you will wake up very early to do jogging. Yan. So, that's self-regulation. Okay, next.
Number 48. Blank is a person's belief that they can complete a task or achieve a goal. Letter E. Self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy. Number 49.
Number 49. In applied behavior analysis, the ABC model includes A. Antecedents, behavior, and consequences.
Antecedents, behavior, and consequences. Diba? Sa applied behavior analysis kasi, yung antecedent is kung ano yung binibigay na, ano yung situation or task na pinapagawa. Behavior is kung ano yung ginagawa niya. Diba? Tapos consequences is kung affected ba siya by the conditions or the antecedent. So this is actually more related to theories of personality. Okay, next.
50. To execute a job enrichment program and increase the motivating potential of jobs, an organizations might C. Increase employee autonomy.
Exactly. Kasi ang job enrichment is all about what? Job enrichment is giving the employee more freedom, autonomy, and authority to decide on how to perform the job effectively. Okay? Ayan. Next.
Number 51, unblank is a degree of positive or negative feeling a person has toward a particular person, place, or thing. Letter B, attitude.
Yes, attitude. Next.
Number 52. According to the theory of blank behavior, the determinants of an action are one's blank to perform the action. Letter B, intention.
Intention. Ibig sabihin, everything that we do is based on an intention. Diba? So we don't do anything, we don't do an action randomly. There is an intention behind every action that you do. So lahat yan, planado. Huwag mong sabihin ano lang yan. Diba? Parang random mo lang ginawa. Okay? Whether you like it or not, there's an intention behind an action. Okay? Next.
The pleasurable positive emotion state that results from cognitive appraisal of one's job is known as job satisfaction.
Job satisfaction. Oo, may nawawala. Satisfaction ng job satisfaction. Letter D. Okay?
54. Factors that lead up to the determination of job satisfaction are called antecedents.
Antecedents, or more popularly known as job satisfiers. Tawag na job satisfiers or job dissatisfiers. Pag job satisfiers, those are things that increase an employee's level of job satisfaction. Ang job dissatisfiers, those are things that decrease an employee's level of job satisfaction. Okay?
John views himself as highly valuable to his work organization, which suggests that he has C. Organization-based self-esteem.
Yes. Which means he derived a lot of his self-confidence from the company and the type of work that he is doing. Ayan. Next.
56. Developed in the 1960s, the blank is one of the best known and best validated instruments for measuring job satisfaction. B.
Sorry, satisfaction question.
Actually, it's JDI. Naka-flash na. Job Descriptive Index. Again, this is a ready-made questionnaire. Ready-made siya ay instrument, 72 items, and measuring 5 domains of job satisfaction. Like how satisfied you are with the supervision that you receive, with your co-employees, with your pay, with the opportunities for advancement, and with the work itself.
57. One benefit of using the FACES scale to measure job satisfaction is that the scale measures facets of satisfaction instead of overall satisfaction.
Actually, letter B. Ano ba yung FACES scale? Di ba nakikita natin palagi yun? Yung from a smiling face to neutral, then to a grouchy face. So normally, nakikita mo yan like, how happy are you with the service? Tapos di ba may i-click ka or may check ka from a happy face to a grouchy face. So normally, saan ginagamit yon? It's that is very, very useful for people who are not verbally skilled. Yung mga hindi masyado nakakapagbasa. Kasi kahit hindi ka makakapagbasa, siguro naintindihan mo yung emoji o yung emoticons na smiling face, di ba? Kung happy ka ba o unhappy ka dun sa service. Yan yung faces skill. Next.
58. Research indicates that when compared to older employees, younger employees tend to have less effective commitment to B.
Yes. Ito yung tinatawag nating organizational commitment. Diba na-discuss ko rin yan eh. Organizational commitment is an individual psychological attachment to an organization. So, there are 3 types of organizational commitment. Effective, continuance, and normative. Ang effective is the emotional attachment of an employee to the company or to the organization. Ang continuance naman, yung commitment mo is based on avoiding losses. Like for instance, napakataas ka ng posisyon mo dito sa kumpanya, tapos napakalaki na ng sweldo mo. Pag hindi ka committed, pag umalis ka, you will lose all of these privileges. Diba? Yan yung continuance. Yung normative naman, dahil you feel a sense of obligation, parang feeling mo may utang na loob ka dun sa company. That's why you continue to stay in the company. Yan yung normative commitment. Normally, ang older employees, di ba, medyo sentimental sila. Pag kung matagal ka na sa isang kumpanya, let's say 10 years, 15, 20 years ka na sa company, parang may attachment ka na emotionally to the company. Yan yung effective commitment.
59. Normative commitment is characterized by a sense of obligation to continue working for the organization.
Andyan sa definition natin, di ba? Next.
One of the strongest predictors of effective and normative commitment is organizational support.
Yes, that's right. The more you are being supported, okay, the more you feel the support given to you by the company, pwedeng psychological, moral, financial support, the more or the stronger your commitment will be. Next.
61. An interdependent collection of individuals sharing responsibilities for specific organizational outcomes is a work group.
Yes, work group.
62. Informal groups serve many functions, including letter D, satisfying the need to feel safe and connected.
Normally, di ba, we join informal groups to feel safe, di ba, to socialize, to feel a sense of connection to the people around us. Next.
63. The process by which persons' responsibilities within a group are determined is known as role differentiation.
Yes, di ba sabi natin, for a group to be, or for a team to be effective, each member must have a specific role or function. Yan yung role differentiation. Meron din tayong ibang concept dyan, ba yung role perception, what you see your role is, role expectation, how other people expect you to function in the group, tapos minsan may role conflict. Next.
64. Research indicates that cohesive groups are blank than non-cohesive groups. B. More satisfied.
More satisfied and even more productive. Next.
65. According to Tuckman, the stage of group development when members become more cohesive, increase trust, establish unity, and develop standard is called A. Norming.
Norming. Ayan. Yung, di ba kasi prior to norming, nag-storming, nag-aaway-aaway pa sila. Sa norming, they are able to evolve a set of commonly acceptable rules to live by so they can happily coexist with one another. Next.
66. According to research on social loafing, group members are less likely to loaf when B. They believe their individual efforts can be identified.
They believe their individual efforts can be identified. Yes. Di ba sabi nga natin, to avoid social loafing, one is, dapat mas fewer yung members ng group. Number 2 is, you should be able to clearly pinpoint kung ano yung responsibility ng bawat member. So para alam natin kung ginagawa ba niya o hindi niya ginagawa yung responsibility niya. Next, 57.
67. Sally is working on a group project for class and does less than her share of the work because she perceives her efforts are unnecessary for her and the group to achieve an A grade on the project. Sally has engaged in letter B, free riding.
Free riding is a form of social loafing. Anong ibig sabihin ng free riding? Free riding is if a team or group is performing well, and you are part of the team or part of the group, feeling mo, ay okay na naman yung performance ng group natin eh. So it doesn't really matter kung mag-work hard pa ako, mag-contribute pa ako o hindi. Pwede makiride na lang ako. Diba? Yan. Makiride na lang ako sa mga accomplishments na ginawa ng iba. Yan yung free riding. Next.
68. The effectiveness of brainstorming is reduced when A. Group members have to wait their turn to share their ideas.
Oo, kasi sa brainstorming, di ba may rules? Bawal, sabay-sabay, di ba? So you have to be willing to listen to other members before you can say your piece. So matagal. Next.
69. Groupthink is more likely to occur in groups that B. Are isolated from others with dissenting opinions.
Yes. Kayo na magkasama, pare-pareho na kayo mag-isip, tapos hindi pa kayo na-expose, di ba, sa ibang perspective. So pare-pareho na yung iniisip ninyo, pare-pareho na yung ideas ninyo. Next.
Organized knowledge structures that combine the knowledge, beliefs, and understanding of group members and help coordinate efforts are known as A. Shared mental models.
Which is one of the factors for team effectiveness. Diba? Dapat, people must have a common perspective, a shared mental models, a common set of knowledge, beliefs, and attitudes. Okay? Next.
Blank is a social process in which one person intentionally exerts influence over one or more individuals to structure behaviors or relationships. B. Leadership.
Leadership is correct. Okay.
Raymond is the only restaurant employee who has special knowledge of a secret soup recipe and is highly proficient in making this soup. Raymond possesses A. Expert power.
Yes. Iba't-ibang klase yung power, remember, of a leader. Legitimate power, reward power, coercive power. These are formal power given to you by the company or organization. The power to hire, the power to reward, the power to fire, to punish. Ang expert power is a form of personal power. Ibig sabihin, nasa sa'yo yung knowledge and expertise, di ba? Ikaw lang, kung may monopoly ka na expert power, people will look up to you kasi ikaw lang yung may alam paano gawin yung isang trabaho. Next.
An individual who is shown respect and admiration by others has blank power. B. Referent.
Referent, which means you are being looked upon by people as a role model. Next.
Blank of leadership. Take into account situational or context variables. D. Contingency theories.
Pag sinabi natin contingency, the best leadership style is contingent upon situations or factors happening in the workplace. So there's no one best leadership style. You have to be flexible. You have to use different leadership styles depending kung ano yung given situation or given factors. Examples of contingency leadership theory would be like theories of Hershey and Blanchard, kanino pa? Broom and Eaton, which is related more to decision making. Tapos, ano pa ba? Ano pang contingency leadership theory na naalala nyo? Nakalimutan nyo na? Ang dami natin diniscuss sa contingency leadership theory, ha? Next.
According to the Greater Member Exchange Theory, blank subordinates tend to have leadership, either leaders that are based on mutual trust, shared responsibility and support. Letter C, in-group.
In-group. Yan. Di ba may in-group and out-group yung LMX? So, ang in-group, yung mga pabor, favored by the leader.
76. The plan views leadership as the outcome of a perceptual process involving both leaders and subordinates. Letter B. Implicit leadership theory.
Implicit leadership theory. Ang sinasabi ng implicit leadership theory, very simple lang. This is a cognitive theory of leadership. Sinasabi natin, okay, every group member in a group, meron tayong expectations and assumptions about what makes a good leader. And then, our assumptions or perceptions tend to affect how we respond to our leader. Let's say ako, I work in an office, in a HR department. Tapos sa paniniwala ko, a good HR leader or HR boss should be very people-oriented, caring, mabait. And then suddenly, when I entered that particular company, I found out yung HR boss ay sobrang dominante, aggressive, walang pakialam, don't care about the employees, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. So I get so disappointed. So chances are, hindi magiging maganda yung working relationship ko sa leader na yun because hindi siya yung type na leader na ine-expect ko. Yan yung implicit leadership theory. Yun. Next.
Melissa is a manager who has motivated her team members to put their self-interest aside and achieve more than they thought was possible. Melissa exhibits a blank leadership style. Letter D, transformational.
Kasi iba ang pagkaiba ng transformational sa ang transformational, the leader is leading the people and the organization toward change, to change for the better. Ang transactional is the leader is leading people to perform day-to-day routine activities lang. Next.
Women tend to lose blank power if they employ blank leadership styles in male dominated roles. Letter D, legitimate feminine.
Kasi pag sobrang soft, isang, if a female leader is too soft in her leadership style, then there's a tendency that even if she has the legitimate power, even if she has the position, people will not follow her. Kasi people will take advantage of her kindness or softness. Next.
Research has shown that in Western cultures such as the US and France, blank is a highly prototypical leadership trait, and in Eastern cultures such as China and Japan, blank is a highly prototypical leadership trait. Letter C, determination and intelligence.
Kasi pag a Western concept of a leader is someone who is very aggressive, di ba? Go, go, go. Ayan. Ang Eastern concept of a good leader naman is someone who is very intelligent, who has a lot of wisdom. Next.
Leaders who display high levels of emotional intelligence are more effective because they exhibit more blank behaviors. C, transformational.
Transformational. To be a transformational leader, kailangan mo ng high levels of EQ to be successful. Next.
The German sociologist Max Weber is credited with the development of the bureaucracy.
Di ba na-discuss ko yung remember? Si Weber, siya yung nag-start no organizational structure, organizing a company according to people who have the same skills will be in one department, diba? According to functions, there's division of labor, may hierarchy, and so on. Yan yung bureaucracy. Next.
8 employees report to a manager, Ms. Ellison, in an organization. These 8 employees represent Ms. Ellison's span of control. B.
Span of control. Yung 8 people na under kay Ms. Ellison are what we call her direct reports. Diba yung when I discuss Max Weber, may na-discuss akong concept na chain of command. Naalala niyo yun? Ano ibig sabihin ng chain of command? Let's say, pag ako si Ms. Ellison, ang chain of command ko, ang pwede ko lang pakialaman na tao ay yung direct reports ko. Kasi sila ay within my span of control. Hindi ko pwedeng pakialaman yung tao ng tao ko. Kung may issue ako sa tao ng tao ko, dapat kakausapin ko yung direct reports ko. Sila yung dapat ang magdidisiplina dun sa tao nila. Hindi ako yung diretso pupunta o ako yung mag-uutos dun sa tao ng direct reports ko. Because you violated what we call the chain of command. Next.
83. Managers who believe management's chief job is to arrange organizational conditions so employees can achieve their own goals by directing their own efforts, operate from a blank perspective. Theory Y.
Theory Y. Di ba kasi we have a positive view of human nature pag sa theory Y. Dapat supportive lang yung manager. Next, 84.
Blank is a planned organization-wide effort to improve effectiveness through knowledge of behavior and technology. C. Organizational development.
Siyempre, OD. Okay? Balik na. Back to work. Not yet finished? Okay. Sige. Kunin mo. Dito na tayo mag-start. Madami pa, no? May isang test pa tayo.
85. The blank step of Levin's change model involves breaking down the forces, maintaining the status quo, and opening up the system for change. A. Unfreezing.
Okay. Kasi di ba tatlong steps yung kay, kay Kurt Lewin. In organizational change, dapat unfreezing, change. Step 1 is unfreezing. Unfreezing is, kailangan mo i-melt down yung existing practices, existing systems and procedures. Tapos, introduce mo yung change. Pag okay na yung change, it has proven to be successful, then i-freeze mo ulit. Unfreezing, change, freezing. So, tatlo yun. Unfreezing, change, freezing. Next.
86. Employees engage in blank when they take steps to try to interpret and better understand their workplace. Letter C. Sense making.
Sense making is correct.
87. Continuous improvement focuses on employee involvement in quality control within organizations and is also known as B. Total quality management.
Total quality management is a Japanese, actually, it's originated from Japan. It is a movement that aims to continuously improve the system and processes in a company or organization. Next.
An auto company produces cars according to the standard set of specifications. Workers and machines are located along an assembly line operation. What type of organization best describes this type of company? B. Large batch or mass production.
These are what we call mass production. Bakit mass production? Kasi pag sa assembly line, di ba, madami kang pinoproduce. In one, in one assembly line, normally in a day, let's say you produce 50 or 100 cars. Ang ibig sabihin ng continuous process is uninterrupted yung production mo. So 24/7, yung ibig sabihin ng continuous process. Okay, so ang sagot dyan is mass production. Next.
89. Compared to mechanistic organizations, organic organizations tend to have A. Larger spans of control.
Anong pagkaiba ng mechanistic sa organic? Ang mechanistic, yun yung organizational structure na sobrang daming levels. President, pababa niya, assistant vice president, first assistant vice president, under that, senior manager, junior manager, kumbaga ang daming levels, di ba? Yan yung mechanistic, yung based on sa bureaucracy. Yung organic, hindi yung pagkain, ha? Yung organic company, yun yung flat yung organization. Let's say normally yun yung mga SMEs. Yung simple lang yung organizational structure, let's say president owner, tapos under sa kanya, lahat ng manager mag-report. So, under sa manager, lahat ng mga ranking. So, 3 levels. Instead of the usual mga big companies, di ba, usually 5 to 8 levels. Okay? So, tama yon. Pag mas flat yung organization mo, mas larger yung span of control, each person will have to handle more people under him or her. Next.
90. The 3 suggested stages of socialization include all of the following except letter D, selection stage.
Kasi part siya ng stages of socialization would be recruitment muna. Pag recruit mo, pupunta na siya dun sa company, di ba? Encounter stage. And then, after that, metamorphosis. Ibig sabihin, nag-a-adjust na siya dun sa company or organization. Next.
91. Which of the following is least likely to be a high-performance work practice? C. Use of clinical decision-making to hire for line jobs.
Ano yung ibig sabihin ng clinical decision-making? Ang clinical decision-making is based on your personal assessment or personal judgment, not based on facts. Yan yung clinical decision-making. Kaya mali yun. Bawal gumamit ng clinical decision-making. Next.
92. What is the relationship code between the number of individuals actually hired and the number assessed? Letter A, selection ratio.
That's right, selection ratio. Next.
Dana was recently hired by Solar Company after going through its staffing process. Her test results placed her above the cut score. Unfortunately, her performance has been less than satisfactory and Dana's manager is beginning to think that the wrong person was hired. Dana's case might be an example of what type of error? C. False positive.
Of course, false positive. Akala mo magaling siya, hindi naman pala.
94. What is one consequence of increasing a cut score? A. Fewer hires will be above average performance.
Actually, the correct answer is more false negative error. Like pag pinataas mo yung, let's say, yung mental ability test mo, ang cut-off mo, para pumasa, para mag-proceed sa next level, kailangan superior. Imagine mo, kahit na magagaling sa trabaho, hindi naman lahat magkakaroon ng superior score dun sa IQ test, di ba? So, in the process, anong mangyayari? Marami kang ma-eliminate na magaling palang magtrabaho. Kasi sobrang mataas yung cut-off mo.
95. An organization is looking to hire individuals to fill 8 positions. So far, 20 people have applied for these jobs. What is the selection ratio? A. 0.40.
Yes. Ito yung formula. Ay, ito pala yung change model ni Kurt Levine kanina. Unfreeze, change, and refreeze.
96.
Wait lang. Wait lang. Mas mahaba yung explain. Okay na. Ito yung, wait lang. Yung sa, I'll show you a formula kasi. Yun dun sa selection ratio. Ito yung formula ng selection ratio. Bakit naging 0.4? 8 positions divided by 20 applicants. Kaya 0.4 siya. 8 positions divided by 20 applicants. Kaya, 0.4. Okay? Okay? Next.
In 96, in blank decision making, information is combined according to a mathematical formula. In blank decision making, the relative value of one candidate versus another is weighed in the decision maker's head. Letter D, statistical, clinical.
That's correct. Statistical, ibig sabihin, you use numbers as a basis. Pag clinical, you use your personal judgment.
The staffing system of modular company involves a process whereby a candidate must successfully pass a cognitive ability test before being allowed to take the physical ability test. This is an example of a compensatory model system.
Di ba pag kailangan mo mag-pass ng isa bago ka mag-proceed sa next level, anong tawag dyan? Dalawa actually yung sagot dito eh. Hurdle, letter B, or multiple hurdle. Hurdle or multiple hurdle. Ang may problema yung item. Kasi may dalawa siyang sagot na magkapareho. Yung composite, di ba yun yung ibibigay mo na sa kanya yung lahat na test? Wala siyang kailangan ipasa muna. Tapos i-assess mo as a whole. Yung hurdle or multiple hurdle, yung take ka ng test 1, pag hindi ka pumasa, hindi ka na pupunta sa test 2. Yan. Next, 98.
There are three different strategies for achieving an optimal fit between an applicant and a job opening. They include all of the following except B. Fill each job with candidates that get along with current employees.
That's correct. That should not, kasi lahat A, C, and D are all positive. Ang negative lang dito ay yung letter B. Yung negative. Hindi porke na pwede magaling siya makisama doon sa ibang empleyado, qualified na siya for the job, di ba? Next.
All of the following are fundamental assumptions that IO psychologists make when they apply the individual differences model except A. The attribute levels of various people in a group can be brought to the same level through training.
Kasi yung attributes o yung mga qualities ng isang tao, part yan ng individual differences, hindi mo mababago yan. Kahit anong training gawin mo, mahirap baguhin. Diba? Kaya hindi siya pasok dun sa individual differences model. Both B, C, and D all talks about individual differences. Like, different jobs requires different attributes. Adults have a variety of attributes. The attributes can be measured accurately. And then 100.
Caroline possesses a combination of skills, knowledge, abilities, and personality characteristics that allow him to complete his project management task. What are the sets of behaviors called that allow him to do his job well? B. Competencies.
Competencies. We define competencies as the knowledge, skills, and behaviors or abilities needed to perform a job effectively. Okay? May question ba so far for test 1? Any question? Can I see your hand? May question tayo. Ibigay natin yung microphone dun sa may question. Wala. Meron bang may question? Allergic kayo sa microphone? Meron ba? I-double check nyo. Tignan nyo kung may question. Napansin nyo may mga items na may problema. Doon sa succeeding test, sa test 2 and test 3, ganun din. May mga items na may problema. Yung test 4 and 5, wala kasi ako yung gumawa nun. Itong tatlo, kinuha lang yan sa compilation. Although may mga items na pinakorek ko na kay Jason eh. Pero yung mga iba, normally yung mga natira, yun yung mga may parang dalawang sagot na pwede dun sa choices, yung mga ganon. Go over it, and then if you have questions, we can clarify. Come on. Go over the test 1. Sa test 1 o test 2? Test 2 mas madali kasi more applied ang test 2. Oo. Yung test 3 mahirap. More conceptual. Maraming theories yung test 3. Yung test 4 and 5, yung kung ano yung kasama doon, eksakto, yun yung mga diniscuss ko lahat. Kasi ako yung gumawa ng test 4 and 5. Ano, may nahanap ba kayong item? Wala. May nahanap kayong item? Wala. Sige, ano tayo? Let's have a short break. Okay. But take note kung nasaan naghinto ang microphone.